Hey everybody, it's Alara. Welcome to my channel about cross-stitching and all the craziness that is coming up in 2024. I hope you like what you see and that you'll stick around. If you feel like subscribing, great. If not, that's okay too. Thank you to all my new subscribers, and thank you for coming back if you did subscribe and you're here again. So, any new viewers jumping in, buckle up. My videos are usually very long, and as this is going to be a WIP parade / goal setting video, this is probably going to be a few hours. I don't even know if I'm going to split it up because I'm not usually about that life. So I have, it's been a couple of months since I've recorded. I have been working monogamously on my main project, Dragons of the Sabbat. I'm actually not going to show that in my WIP parade, because it's not obviously the end of the year. This is December 1st that I'm recording early in the morning. I have a sick kiddo right now. He's sleeping. Hopefully I'm not waking him up with my voice. But I'm going to assume that I'm going to get it in the next week or so, if not sooner, because that's just how it's been rolling lately. I had bronchitis for like 3 weeks in October. Like right after I recorded, I got sick, and both me and the kiddo were sick for a long time. He was sick for almost 6 weeks, and I was sick for 3. I have notes, but I still feel very scattery. So part of this is going to be goal setting for next year. So I don't remember exactly what I talked about plan-wise in my last video, but what ended up happening was a lot more than I said I was going to do. Because I started pairing fabric up with projects, and I'm like, I don't want to limit myself. I am limiting myself, but that's because I ran out of fabric to put with stuff. But okay, so okay, so we're gonna have 310 projects total for next year. I don't have them all started. Most of them are going to be new starts. So I have 80 projects for my regular like WIPs that are already started. I mean, even my really pathetic start. We'll talk about that when we get to it. Where was it going with that? Yeah, 310 projects. There may be finishes, but there's going to, right now I have 80 WIPs. I have 230 planned starts. Yes, you heard that right. I'm not the only one that is doing this crazy nonsense, and we're egging each other on. I think that's part of where. But I mean, how perfect is 310 for me, right? I mean, I've been working on Dragons of the Sabbat, the black outline. If you're new here, that's this project. I'm going to be inserting all the cover photos and stuff that I can, simply because I don't want to have to dig through Pattern Keeper and its ridiculousness in not sorting projects for you. I'm going to be showing these alphabetically because that's how I have them organized. I will be showing my 230 planned starts, but in a different video because this is already going to be stupid long anyways. So there are 3 projects that I have absolutely planned numbers for. Let me back up a little bit. The numbers for next year, my goal is 275,000 stitches for the year. I have 3 projects that actually have planned numbers for them. The rest, so that leaves 307 projects, and I broke them all up into various stitch counts between 300 and I think 1,600. Yes, between 300 and 1,600. I really didn't want to go below 500, but I just couldn't get the math to work out right to actually break them up into the 307 that I wanted to have. I'm pretty sure it's 307 that anyways, whatever. If I have leftover little papers, then bonus stitches for dragons. Okay. All right. So I have 50,000 planned stitches for dragons. It's probably going to end up being 52 because I'm planning on 1,000 a week. For that, I have 2 challenges going on. At the beginning of the year is going to be a challenge with Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. She's going to do 50,000 on Honeymoon Sunset, 25,000 on Honeymoon Sunset, and I'm doing 25,000 on Dragons of the Sabbat. And if we both reach our goals, we're going to shop for each other on wish lists, not for new like patterns, but for like materials for pattern, stuff that we need to do our patterns with. Anyways, and then if one of us does not make that goal, then we have to shop for a higher monetary value for the other person. So we definitely have motivation to get it done, so we don't spend a lot more money than we want to. And then the last half of the year is I'm going to do the same sort of challenge with Suki, the Brown-Eyed Stitcher. She's going to do 25,000 on... Suki, did we decide on Frodo and Galadriel for you? I'm pretty sure we did. And then another 25,000 for my Dragons of the Sabbat. That, I believe, I forgot to do the math before I started recording. I believe that puts me at about half of the middle of the black done. And then 2025, my goal will be to finish the black in the center. I have 9,574 stitches that need to go into the wedding favors that I'm working on for a lovely gal that was looking for help in how to speed up her stitching because she was wanting to make stitched placards for her people for her wedding. And a bunch of us volunteered to help her stitch them because that was just too much. Like, you can't plan a wedding and stitch up a bunch of those. No. So let's help this out. I'll help you out. So I have to get those done. My goal is to get those done in January. So that's going to be a lot of the stitching for January, and get those out to her because she still has to do the names on those projects for her June wedding. And then my next goal project is 5,482 on this project from Rootmade. She's actually semi-local to me. She's about, 2 hours, hour and a half or 2 hours north of me. And she's got a small Etsy shop, but she wanted some model stitchers, and I volunteered if she didn't mind, waiting on it. I will show the fabric that I found for that project and everything on my New Start Parade. So that brought the total down for everything else to 209,944. I'm just rounding that to 210,000. That's what I have that stuff divided up at, or the drawing divided up as. So as I pull a project, I will pull the number for that goal for the year. And that will be the amount of, because I want to touch all 310 projects next year, plus some. Because obviously, that's more than, and then the goal is to have that done. So there's going to be a lot of project changes if I pull a bunch of like 300 stitch projects, because what I'm going to do is I'll have it on my spreadsheet of what the goals are for everything. And every 2 weeks, I will be drawing the amount of projects to equate what I think I can get done in those 2 weeks as far as the stitch numbers go. And then a little over, in case I stitch extra, probably equaling about 1,000 a day. So about 1,400 stitches for the 2 weeks. I have this little guy to put the 2 weeks things in if I can't decide what I want to work on, so that I stick with whatever I pull. But yeah, I don't want to have to pull numbers all year long. So this is going to be the goal sets. Okay. Clear as mud. Everybody ready to go? So yeah, that's the rundown of how this is gonna run. So for this year, I did not touch all of my projects. I have 80 WIPs left. I finished 5 projects this year, so not a total loss of the year. I worked on 48 projects total, and I had 19 new starts. So again, everything is out in alphabetical order. I'll just and I don't have a clue. I didn't look through my beginning of the year WIP parade to see like where I was on everything. So I'll insert photos of where they were at the beginning of the year. I wrote down the stats that I had for the number of stitches that I did on a project if I wrote them down. There are several, especially like paper patterns, that I didn't note, so I'm like, or I wrote down like a day of what I did and then none of the other days. So I'll get you what I have. Okay, so I think that's kind of where I'm at with that. I would like to get a Stitch With Me done sometime this month to just chat, because there's been a lot going on. Oh, I do want to address, there's a crap ton of comments that I have not responded to. I don't heart them. I read everything as they come in. I don't heart them all, because if I heart them all, they go away, and then I have to dig and see what I haven't responded to. And then I completely don't touch them. But with I had started some new medications, and that just, I didn't have the mental capacity to really go through and respond to comments. So I apologize if you've commented and I've not responded in any way, shape, or form. It's coming. I needed that brain break for a while. Yeah, so okay, I think that's it. But yeah, I would like to do a Stitch With Me sometime in December to catch up with everybody, since I'm not really planning on a regular update until the 1st of the year, or like December 31st basically, so that I can draw my stuff for January 1st. Okay, first up is, this is a Cooler Designs project called Asian Sampler. I will show cover photos of what I do have. I did not get to work on this year, so no real progress on this one, but again, I want to show where I'm at with everything kind of for the beginning of the year next year, because, or for next year stuff, because I do plan on working on everything. I don't know how many stitches are in here. I did not have those stats. So that's where we're starting. I think I have almost all of the cream in here. So, all right, let's see how many stitches am I putting in this one this coming year. This will get, oh, that's so glary. Oh, how's that gonna work? There we go, 800. I will probably just go through the video as I edit and write everything down on my spreadsheet. So that will get 800 stitches. I think what I will do is, I'm not going to throw away any of the slips of paper as I get goals done. They'll go back into like a Ziploc bag, and then when I have gone through all 310 or all 307 that I'm doing, and I'm hoping I draw in a way that I do get some finishes, because some of these are really small that I'm doing. They're not all, yes, there's a crap ton of full coverage going in there, but I do also have small things. So I'm kind of hoping that I can whittle it down a little bit as I'm starting things. And say, for example, say I had drawn a project that 800 stitches would be more than enough to finish it. What I'll do is cross off how much it took, or I'll cross out the number, subtract how much it took to finish that, and then write whatever's left. It goes back into the for later drawing, and then once everything's been touched, I'll start drawing again and just matching numbers with projects again. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, next up, I also did not work on this one. This is Arctic Dreams. Oh, if I don't put stuff, you know what? It's going to be a lot of editing, because do I want to pull it up on the tablet? No, because I'm using it. Arctic Dreams. This is, I know it's a Heaven and Earth design. I will put on the bottom of the screen the pertinent information as far as like designer, artist of the actual artwork, if it's a converted image. I don't know, maybe size of project, I don't know. But this is a quick stitch project. Arctic Dreams. Do I know which way is which? Yes, no, maybe. It goes this way. This is stitched 1/1, no, 2. I'm prepared, I swear. 2/2, 2/1, full cross. This is an 18 count fabric, so even though it's a mini, this is a mini quick stitch Arctic Dreams. It's going to be big, even though it's not big, just because of what I've done with the fabric. Words. So that's where we're at. And the goal for this one shall be sad, 300. That's going to be hard to stop at 300, but that's again, I want to touch everything, even if it's just 300 stitches in these full coverage projects. Since I do have a main focus piece of Dragons of the Sabbat, it's, you know, yes, I could not start all the things and put more stitches and stuff, but whatever, I'm having fun. There's plans in the works for 2025 already, people. All right, next is Autumn Harmony. This was a new start this year. So nothing new before pictures on this one. I put in, so Autumn Harmony is by Maxine Gadd. Also bought from her site. So, and it is, yeah, Autumn Harmony. I was going to put this in a Q-snap, and I didn't have big enough margins for it, so I added muslin for the borders, but then I switched off Q-snaps for a while, but now I'm going back to them, so I'm glad I have it. Whatever, it's fine. And I put in 5,980 stitches into this. There was Kaylee 10 Stitch ran a challenge the month of August, I think, and that's where I got on the challenge. I started, did I put a picture of her? Yes, I'm sure I did. Anyway, sure I did. In my babbling, I threw a picture up there. So got to where some of the leaves are. I made pretty good progress. This is on 30-ish count China fabric, 1/1 full cross. Asian samplers on a 28 count, mostly 3/1, 3/2 full cross. For that one, I'm following the it's not a kit, but I'm following the directions for what they want you to stitch on that. It's like an ivory something. Can't remember what fabric that was. So this one, ooh, I spy a big number, 1,400 for next year. So, all right, that'll get some good love. Yikes. Where did I put her bag? Really? Oh, there she is. Right in front of my face. If I don't keep organized, guys, it's going to be a disaster area, and I'll never get this put back where I need it to. And it takes me forever to alphabetize stuff, so I usually have my tablet tell me where to put things, because I'm terrible at alphabetizing. Okay. I meant to show you my my finishes first, but I guess I'll do those at the end. All right, next up is BB sampler, $16.99 by the Assembler. This was a kit that I got off the freebie table at Stitching in the Springs a couple of years ago. And it came with the fabric that it called for, which was 30 count dyed linen. Doesn't say what color though. And I've just been, I technically worked on this year when I went to Stitching in the Springs in the spring, but I don't think I got very far. It was only a couple of hours on the very last day, and I had trouble wrapping my head around the running stitch that it called for. So this is done over two. Yes, over two strands of floss. And I was trying to work in, because the outline calls for a running stitch, and I could not wrap my head around it, so I didn't even finish outlining it. I never went back to it after I got home. So probably not a lot of difference in that at all. Okay, this one will be slated for 1,200 stitches, which is kind of good. Some of these ones that I'm like, I haven't really worked on it, don't really pick it up. This is why I'm doing this, is so that if it does get big numbers, I'll get some decent progress on ones that, you know, I might normally pick up for one day or so. Okay, next is Beautiful Simplicity. This is by Stitching Moon Designs. This is the max color version of Beautiful Simplicity, which is no longer available in her Etsy shop. I am doing this on 28 count China Aida and 1/1 full cross. I did not work on this year, but this is where I'm at. Pardon the park threads. You can kind of see where the trees are coming up. Coming in. There, I don't know, I'm having it shoved way over. You're not going to get a before picture because I didn't work on it. So I'm kind of... Okay, that was just the bag falling on my foot. I'm hoping this one gets a bigger number too, because I would like to see some more progress. This was gifted to me by Megan, and I would like to actually see some decent progress on it. Okay, this one is getting 500. Like I said, there should hopefully be some opportunity for extra stitches as well. All right, this next one is a new start this year. This is the Mermaid of the Sea, Filipinas. What does he actually call this? Mermaids of the Season Stitch Along. I have not kept up on this. I didn't have a plan to keep up on this. It was basically a birthday start because it was released on September the 15th. And I worked on it for a few days until I needed to move on to something else. But I did get a decent amount of progress, and it's gorgeous. So I got 2,303 stitches put in. That does include I had to frog a little bit and put more in, and that includes the frogged and back anyway, because I was counting it for my games. So that's where I'm at on that one. I even did the back stitching for the word. And I did the beads already up in the corner. You think the corner's finished? Kind of looks a little not finished. Did I finish the corner? I did not finish the corner. It's not done yet. Why did I bead it already? Maybe it's just more beads in the corner. Anywho. I'm stitching this on the called for fabric, which was Singin' in the Rain by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. 28 count is what did I get 28 count? Do I have a thing on here? I'm terrible with stats, guys. I'm excited. I'm remembering to tell you like what fabric it's being stitched on and if it's 1/1 full cross or what. So far, I'm sure I'll stop saying it at some point because I'll forget. This one shall get 400 more stitches on it this year. Minimum. At the minimum. Okay. Okay, next is also a Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Beloved. This is the flipped version from artwork by Adele Sessler, as you can see. And I got 1,800 more stitches on this one this year. Don't remember where I've started. I stopped parking on a lot of on pretty much any project that I had parked and started up again on. So I know I was working parked threads that were here in, and I'll continue working parked threads in up here. But that's where it's at so far on that one. This is on a 28 count, and I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. 28 count oatmeal, I believe. From somebody. And it shall receive 700 more stitches. I thought about keeping the slips of paper with the projects, but I don't want to take the chance of losing them. So if I happen to finish a project, I will just have to dig out numbers. Okay, the next one is a new start. This is from Luthien Art Shop. And this is technically 12 projects, but I'm doing them all on one piece of fabric like a BAP, so that it's a BAP. I wish I had more progress on it, to be honest, because it's a really fun stitch. But these are not full coverage, but they're big. So this is, I started January. I'll insert just the January photo for now, and I'll kind of up it as it goes. And I just put 1,000 in. So that's where it's at so far. This is a 30 count-ish, 30-ish count China Aida fabric, 1/1 full cross. And I'm doing it vertically, so it'll be 3 across and 4 down for the months. And this one, I can't, there we go. 300. I have not yet figured out how to visualize these goals, because I realized, I started doing that project board where I was writing all the name. That's not going to work for what I was, because I had originally planned on 250. Now that's way higher than that, and if my goals are numbers and not necessarily projects, I gotta figure out how to, because I still want to mark stuff off. That's part of the fun. Oh crap, I forgot to grab, two shakes, I forgot to grab my scroll frames. Pardon the dog here if you can see that. Okay, so next up is Boudreaux. This is a pattern that I converted on pixelstitch.net. Oh, my scroll rods are coming apart. This is a photo of a friend of ours, Pooch, that passed away last year. And I'm trying to figure out how to make it more of a priority. But right now, dragons has just got my attention, and that's what's going to be the focus. So, I did manage to get 2,856 stitches in him. Now, he is in tent stitch, so it's 2 over 1 tent stitch on the 28 count China fabric. And I've discovered the Pick-to-Pat, no, not Pick-to-Pat, Pixel Stitch, pixelstitch.net. They are not completely compatible with Pattern Keeper, but I did figure out how you can like pre-mark or pre-highlight stitches so that you kind of know where you're wanting to go. You can kind of plan out your path and then mark them off as you go. It does take a little bit more time, but it allowed me to stop parking and start working in stitches. So I started at the top here, and I'm just working in park threads. So that's, yeah. I don't know, did I squeeze in the before? Here, back up there. There we go. So it's kind of hard to see that far away, but. So this is a curtain that's starting to come in. I'm convincing myself that this is just going to be shadow. And once it's pulled back, and that's kind of why I'm working in a little bit so that I can work down into his other ear where it's more brown and hopefully confirm that he's going to look okay. I don't know if 300 stitches is not going to make that happen. Sorry guys, there we go, 300. That's not going to make it happen, but that's okay. And if something is in 10 stitch, it's probably actually going to get double what that calls for because of the stitchy games I'm in. Technically, like, you have to do a full X, or you have to do 2 10 stitches for 1 stitch. So that's kind of how I will be counting them. Yeah, I think. Pretty sure. I'll make that decision as I come to it, I think. All right. Next up, I did not work on this one. This is Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork by Sherry Gerhardt. This is Bright and Starlight. I have some vintage Starbright toys in my room upstairs. Probably one of the shows that, you know, got me obsessed with horses and unicorns in the first place. Excuse me. So, you know what? Let's see what's gonna go in here next year first. Ooh, 1,400 for this one. Okay, so what I had done the last time I did work on this, oops, lost the needle minder. Was I had started in the middle, and my brain did not like that, so I worked my way up. God, this is bigger than I thought. This is on the 28 count China fabric, 2 over 1 10 stitch. There. You can kind of see her hand coming in there. But yeah, I work my way to the top and I'll start working top down. So probably, I don't know, somewhere in here, who knows, 1,400 stitches is going to go in there. So that'll fill it in a little bit more nicely on the top. So that's exciting. All right. All right. Okay, next up is, this is just kind of a cutesy stitch. One of my stepsons got this for Christmas one year. And it's an MCG Textiles kit. Sorry for the glare. It's cool to care. For Care Bears. Jesus. There we go. Don't usually have this much problem with glare, but I'm using my my mini ring light that is actually my clip-on light for stitching. So I worked on this in Japan. So I'll put a before shot in here somewhere while I'm pulling this up. I got quite a bit done because this is the one I mostly worked on while I had COVID. I think I did pretty much the whole bottom of the cloud, or finished off the bottom of the cloud. And I know I did some of the glove and the heart. And the heart is filled in. It's hard to see the white on white. So I don't know. Am I even marking off stitches as I go? No, not even marking off stitches as I go. I'm just eyeballing it. Old school. Is it going to be a big number? Am I finishing this one next year? Oh, come on. Easy to fold, not so easy to unfold. No, probably not. 400. That's okay. It'll still get some love. I don't know how much I actually got in there because I didn't count stitches while I was sick at all. Plus being on vacation, it was like, meh. Oh, I had that backwards, whatever. It's fine, it's fine. Canopy Heart, I did not work on. This is Heaven Earth Designs. This is a chart that is no longer available from Dakota Detweiler. This is a stitch-along with Suki the Brown-Eyed Stitcher. No, I did not work on this. So this is where we're starting. This is done on the 28 count, 1/1 full cross. Just a tiny start. That really is not that much in there. I did not pull stats for where I'm at on projects. I was annoyed that I had to make as many notes as I did just to get started. So you can kind of see one of the ferns coming in. This is a monochromatic. Did I stick a picture in there? I'm sure I did. It's only got 10 colors, so. Okay. And this is one that I will probably end up doing all the black in and then filling it in because I'm nuts. and weirdly enough, I'm not sick of black. I'm sick of working on the same project for a couple of months in a row now. We're getting there. I'm ready for January. 300 stitches. I don't remember how many of the little numbers there are, but there's a decent amount. But that's what you get when you want to touch 310 projects. Some of them a lot. All right, next up is another Heaven and Earth design. This is a chart by, oh good, I have the cover sheet. This is by Babette Babette Vandenberg. This is Castlefest Wendelin Aotenshi. She's so pretty. She was a gift from my husband one year for Christmas. And I started in the bottom right-hand corner, and I don't like that. So I finished off Park Threads, and I moved up here, and I put in 3,800 stitches this year. So you will definitely see a before and after here. This is again on the 28 count China fabric, 1/1 full cross. No, 2/1 tent stitch for this one. Unless, did I convert it? Nope, still doing tent stitch. So there's the bottom that I finished off. And then I gridded and gridded and gridded and got to the top. And that, I believe, is all new. So the before is probably just down here. And then I believe that's all new. So I'll go back in and start. Yeah, it looks like I was picking a color and just doing a thread and picking the next color and doing a thread. So maybe. I don't remember on this one, to be honest. I should have counted up how many full coverage projects they're going to be. It's a ridiculous number. I'm never going to finish all of these in my lifetime, and I'm okay with that. Ooh, this one will get 1,000. All right, my tablet turned off. Okay. All right, the next up was a new start, which I forgot to mark. This is a piece by Teresa Wensler out of her, one of the fantasy collection books. The easier to find one. No, I just have this in a leaflet. Just kidding, I lied. This is being done on Bestitch Me's Winter Blues on 28 count Lugana. It is an opalescent. I do not have, I'll have to insert a photo of the leaflet cover because I didn't grab it. But I thought the background, since it's not fully stitched, it's not a full coverage piece, but with the sky and the water, basically they could be reflecting off of each other, or, you know, the water's reflecting the sky. So I figured I could do this on a modeled piece of oh my god, did I start this in the wrong? No, I think I'll have extra left over. Lord help me if I did not measure this right. Okay, that's the front. Because I'm pretty sure that's going to be left over here. Oh, I certainly hope it will. Put a note here and I'll figure it out later. Tell you how, if I screwed up or not. But I have 900 stitches in, and that's including like the fractionals and stuff that are in here. Those are counted as quarter stitches, so that's including, you know, for every 4 quarter stitch, that's 1 stitch that's counted. So I am going to try to backstitch this as I go. I just need a little bit more of an anchor to start the backstitch on before I start trying to actually throw that in there. Oops. You need to go back in here. So I think I actually had 20 new starts because I did not count the castle as a new start for this year, and it was. Sorry, I gotta get the air out of the bags or they won't fit. I have my bags all labeled with what they are. Okay. Next up is a kit from China. This is called the Celestial Gathering, which apparently I don't know how to spell. Let me fix that real quick, which means it's misspelled on my printouts. I forgot to draw for the castle. How much am I putting in for the castle? Pretty sure I forgot. Did I forget? Because I was panicking about the fabric. Assuming this is not going to have to be a restart, I will be putting 800 stitches in it. Okay. I will not say where exactly I got this from because of copyright, probably, issues. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So, Celestial Gathering. I love the piece. I love the colors in this thing. It is not full coverage, so they do have it on a navy fabric. It is 14 count, and it is being stitched with this, like the rayon thread. Which, oh man, conditioner for thread conditioner is a lifesaver for this stuff. And I just started in the middle, on the bottom right corner of the page, the top quadrant page. That's it. That's all. That's all the farther I've gotten. I did not, what did I say? Yeah, I did not work on this year. And next year, oh, why am I all orange? Hang on. Okay, it fixed itself. That was weird. That's very weird. It's very orange there for a second. This one will get 500 stitches. Hopefully my battery is not gonna go on me. I filled it up before I started recording, but you never know. Alright, this is another China kit that I got off eBay years ago. Called Country Cabin. There we go. I did not work on this past year at all. And this is kind of a mix of, it's on 14 count, I believe. Yeah, 14 count Aida, white Aida. It's a mix of like half cross and full cross, so it's probably a dimension kit ripoff. That's where my starting point is. The roof of the cottage, cabin, whatcha. And this will be getting 400. Alright, I also did not work on this one. This is all another China kit. Also an eBay purchase years ago. On 14 count kit provided stuffs. Another pretty house. It's been so long since I've put anything in this one. I think I started this for Mania, what, last year, the year before, and I haven't touched it since. Do I have anything in this? Oh, this might actually... This is a new start. I have not started this. How did it get in there? Okay, well, it's being called a WIP, because that's what I had it down as, but it's actually a new start. Oops. I knew I didn't remember working on it. But I guess I did not start it with all of the other kits like I did for that Mania. Huh. Okay, well, how many stitches is this new start getting, guys? A measly 400. But hey, you know what? That's okay. It will be started. All right, next up is Crystal Garden. This is a chart by Rose Kahn from Heaven and Earth Designs. It doesn't want to open. Okay. I got this out for a friend of mine who really likes this piece, which, I mean, I do too, but it was one of those, I don't know what to work on. And she's like, work on this one. Okay. I got 1,943 stitches in. So this is on the 28 count China fabric. And just filling in, I think, again, this is when I had kind of started. Was I parking? I don't know. What do you guys see? Was I parking this? But I was filling in on the diagonal coming down. So, and kind of what I've been doing is doing that within a page and, you know, going out as I need to finish off the thread or whatnot. I'm just using it as a guideline, but basically a page at a time. And I always forget how stinking huge Heaven and Earth Design regular pages are. They're huge. So that's where that one is. How much more will we put on it? $300. I'm going to pout every time I have 300. A 300 count on a full coverage. It's just sad. But that does allow, like if I pull a 1400 piece of paper for one of my ornaments, obviously that's going to be able to go to another, it'll be another drawing later in the year. So that's kind of exciting. Do a little shake up in the middle of the year. Oh, I can't reach stuff. Okay, you gotta move. Oh, this is just all out of one bin, and I have 3 bins to go through. Okay, this one is Dark Queen of the Sea. I can't really show you a cover photo, excuse me, because it's like a choose your own adventure kind of thing. But I did not work on her at all this year. She's got quite a bit done. I'm down into her tentacles. This is being done on a 14 count opalescent something or other from Under the Sea Fabrics. I can't remember if it's just an even weave or if it's a Ghana. No, Ada. Just kidding. It's 14 count. Ada. Yeah. This is where she's at. I went gung-ho on her last year. Got a lot done. So yeah, that is where she's going to start. How much more is going to go into her? I think the camera's changing the color based on colors of fabric that I'm holding up. The bluer, the oranger I get. 500. And that'll be in her tentacles. Okay, this next one I also did not work on. It is from Heaven and Earth Designs. It was a freebie on their site for a while by John Enright. And it's a big one. Like I couldn't believe it was a freebie. So here's the cover photo. I have not worked on this. I probably already said that. I'm going to repeat myself a lot because it is kind of late at night. I just worked on this when I first started it for a couple of days, and then I haven't picked it back up, but it was a fun stitch. This is on the 28 count China Ada 1/1 full cross. And here is where we are. So kind of hoping this one gets pulled for a bigger number, but again, this is kind of like fate is deciding what full coverages will get how much stuff. 300. I swear I mixed this up. There's 300s, 400s, 500s, 600s, all the way up, but apparently I'm deciding to use up all my 300 slots already. All right. Next up is Dolphins in the Ocean. I worked on this while I was in Florida earlier in the year. I did not get how many stitches though. I just worked in this angelfish while I was on vacation. This is a pretty big one. This is one of my printed kits. Sorry for the crinkling, but I can't help it. A lot. Oh, it was more than just the angelfish. Just kidding. Holy crap! I got a ton done. Was this a new start this year? Or did I start this? Was this a new start this year? I don't know. If I can't find it, obviously it's a new start. If there's no before photo. So let me show you the back first so you can kind of see where I've put stitches in. So, no, I think the angelfish was started. Yeah, because I started this for Mania year before last. So I had started the angelfish, did not complete it. This blue and stuff and the rest of the angelfish I did on vacation. That's what's going on here. So it's like, it's several thousand stitches that I got done. But here's where we're at with that. I had it in a Q-snap and I did not move the Q-snap at all. So there's some park threads where I couldn't get any farther. But that's where we're at. That's the top of the dolphin head right here. Hang on. Gosh, get out of the way. There. Kind of see the bubbles coming in. So, all right, that's where we're at on that one. Oh my gosh. So, I'm now realizing how awkward some of these really big ones are going to be trying to show in my chair where I'm at. We will be putting in 600 stitches. Oh, my mountain's falling down. Sorry if I'm shaking you. Okay, next is Dragon by Lorna Lane. This is from Gecko Rouge. I do theirs on 28 count, 1/1 full cross. Trying to get a hold of the cover sheet. There we go. I did not work on him this year at all, and I've been working in the moon when I had to start, when I did work on him last. So, and I did start a little bit in his wing. I think I had a prompt for one of the games for like stitching in green, so last time I pulled him out, that's what I worked on. But Gecko Rouge's kits are really, really confetti heavy, but man, the detail is amazing. I've seen a lot of finished pieces from them, and I don't think I've really seen like a bad quality kit from them at all. Yeah. Okay. Next up is another Rose Con. I believe I will correct myself here if that is not the correct answer. But this is Dragon Race Into the Night by Heaven and Earth Designs. Yeah, I didn't put any artists, unfortunately, in my spreadsheet. I'll have to fix that. I have not worked on that this year at all. This is 28 count China fabric, 1/1 full cross, and here's where I'm starting from. Did I draw? I did not. For Dragon. He's going to get a whopping 300 stitches. Oh my god. There. I swear these are mixed up. I want to say there's like 47 or 57 that I had to put 300 stitches on. Made me sad. Okay. And then Dragon Race into the Night is going to get 700. Okay. If we get to the end and my pieces of paper are not correct, what I will do is the second number that I drew, like if I double pull for something, for anything, I will take the second number and put it to the first one that's missing stitches at the end, because I would not put it past me to do that. Okay, next is Dragonfly Pair. This is a Little Dimensions kit. It is a needlepoint kit. So it's done on canvas. I believe it is an 18 count. No, 14 count canvas. I did not put anything into this year. I'm not a super huge fan of needlepoint because it's, well, for this one especially, the printing is awful. You hardly can see where to put anything. Like that's not a trick of the camera. That's really how faint it is. So it's hard to see, and it's hard to decide where to put stuff to begin with. So this one's a massive headache to work on. But doing this is going to force me to actually work on it, which I like. So this one is going to get, this one might be a finish, guys. It's asking for 1,200 stitches. Close to a finish. Maybe not a full finish, but close. Nah, maybe halfway. Maybe halfway. But that'll be good to force me to work on this one and get it done, because I do want to have it done. Okay, Dragons of the Sabbat fits in that slot. And yeah, no, you're not going to see that until the end of the year. That's just how that's just how I'm going to roll with it. All right, my only E project in my whips right now, The Edge of Forever. Yes, I know it starts with a T because of but whatever rules for alphabetizing, that's what I did. This is a Tilton Crafts piece done on 25 count something or other linen. And I did not work on this year. I do have over a page finished though, so that's where we're going to start from. It's washing out. There we go. So the details, I'm a little sad about the details. It's a little muddy. The crop may have been a better choice, but I like the whole picture. I just wish it was more detailed. This one is going to get some love. It's going to get 1,600. There are only a few pieces that are getting 1,600. I think there's only like 5 or 6 that got the maximum amount of stitches. Excuse me. This is one of the first pieces that I put in Pattern Keeper though, so it really needs to have some more love on it. Okay, I'm going to pause. I'm going to put, this is the first bin. We're at an hour already, so yeah, this is probably going to be a 3-hour whip parade. Get everything back into the cubby and get my next bin. Whole piece. Okay, round 2. Here we go. Next up is Face of a Mermaid. This is by Total Cross Stitch. I don't remember who the artwork is by. Excuse me. Who the artwork is by, so I'll put that down below or across the screen. I got 2,186 stitches in this year, which is very sad considering this was supposed to be Mermaid Monday. Dragons just kind of took over the world, so I think I've worked in, I don't remember if I put in all the black last year and just work on a page this year, but this is where we're at, and that's where we were. She's looking so good. She's just a little thing too. So I'm kind of hoping she gets a big number, but I have a feeling it's not going to happen. I mean, she's little. She's not done yet. Oh, priorities. She is going to get, however, sweet, 1,100 stitches. Good deal. Okay. All right, next is, this was a new start this year. This is a Dimensions kit, Fall Fairy. I don't have a lot on this yet, but here's what she's going to look like. They do have all 4 seasons now, and I want them all as per usual. Oh, I should have just dealt with it there. This is going to be really hard to get back in there. Okay. I got about 550 stitches in this year. And this is done on something. 16 count? 18 count? I don't know. 16 count gray Ada. And that's where I'm at. And, you know, as per usual, Dimensions is a bunch of blended threads for the gold collections anyway. A bunch of blended threads and half stitches with a bunch of different stitch thread counts and yada yada yada. I will be striving to do the back stitch as I go because I absolutely loathe back stitching Dimensions kits. It's terrible, and I don't know if it's because of the way they're written or what, but I have to switch this packaging out for a Ziploc, I think, because it's about impossible to get closed. Okay, next one I did not work on at all this year. It's not one that I've shown much on the channel just because it was a travel stitch that I never like pulled out very often. It is a China kit. I don't have a cover page for it because that company sucks. It is the stamp cross stitch on 11 count fabric using the silken, or the rayon threads. So that's the back, so you can see where I've put stuffs in, and that's where I'm at with it. So it's just I don't think there's any back stitching. I'm not sure if this is going to turn out to be any kind of impressive, but again, it was back when I first started cross stitching again, and I was just buying everything China cheap. Oh, I forgot to draw Fall Fairy. Let's go. Fall Fairy is going to be $400. And feathers. What's happening with my hair? Ugh. Feathers is going to get 500. Okay. All right, this next one I did work on this year. This is another kit by Gecko Rouge, artwork by JoJo's Art, and it is a Firewalker. The cover sheet is sadly beaten up. There we go. And I only put in, oh no, I did more than I thought, 2,400 stitches. Again, with their kits, all of them are on 28 count even weave, 1/1 full cross. In this project bag that I made. All right. Their margins are huge, like what, 4 inches? If I'd have known that, I probably, and I don't think I did it with any of the other ones either. If I scooted it up to a smaller margin, I could get some ornament fabric left off of these. Anyway, that is where we're at. I think I just started working over here and putting more 939 in. I may have filled in a little bit of the confetti over here. I have no idea. What is it? What do you guys see? What does it look like? I'm pretty sure it was just all this, though. So, what is he going to get next year? He is going to have, not bad, 700. I'll probably just work in the 939 again when I pull him. Okay. Next is buried. Again, this is a Dimensions kit, just an older vintage, not gold collections. Friends welcome. And this is done on the kit stuff. This is a 14 count white Ada. Using all the called for kit stuff. I have not worked on this year. And I think this is just still what I had started during Mania a couple of years ago. So this has been a while, like a hot minute since I've worked on this one. Kind of want to see a lot more progress on this one, but the fates have declared I'm going to put a lot in here. 1,500. They said that yes, you should have more stitches in here by now. All right. Okay, next was a new start this year. This is a Bella Filipina design. Gaia the Earth Goddess. She's so pretty. I want like every Bella Filipina he's ever put out. It's ridiculous. I am doing this on a, excuse me, a 28 count casual linen from Sunny Dyes Fabrics, which I don't think they're in business any longer, which makes me sad because I really love their fabrics that I've gotten so far, that I've like stumbled upon on eBay. I worked on her a good while. I got about 2,700 stitches in on her. And there's where we are. And I am doing her skin 1/1. Oh, that's really washing out. Let me move that a little bit. Oh, there we go. 1/1 on the skin. She looks a little creepy with her little negative lips and eyes, but that's where I stopped. That's where her like earring is going to go. I think there's a lot of beads in there. I really enjoyed the 1/1 skin. That's definitely going to be a thing for all of my fancy ladies. I had no problem with, I just basically did 1X at a time, but I did the 4 X's in each square at a time. Not hard for me to do at all, so. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. That's going to be a thing. She is going to get another 300 stitches in. That's okay. That's okay. Like I said, I'm going to make that face every time I pull a 300. Because, partly because I can do like 300 stitches in an hour. So if I happen to pull a bunch of 300 stitch projects over a 2-week course, there's going to be a lot of project changes. Like a lot even for me, which is fine, but excuse me, it will be something to get used to. Oh, here's another new start. I forgot to mark that one as a new start. So what is that? Now we're up to 21 new starts over the course of the year so far. I took this little kit to Japan with me. It is by Cross Stitch Colorworks. I got the kit at Walmart. Artwork is by, it actually says in here, Zephyr Moon. And I did not count stitches, so I'm really not sure how many I put in. I left the needle on. I wasn't even done. But it's not coming off because I did the backwards loop start where it's halfway on the needle and you still anyways, it works. This way up. So I got a decent amount of progress, and like I said, I was sick when I was working on this. I was quarantined in Japan with COVID. So I'd like to see some more decent progress on that. The fates have declared. Thou shalt not be so. 300. It's okay. I mean, if I were to get like all of my tiny projects done, then I would be left with nothing but huge pieces, and then we'd never see finishes. So that's okay. I will still have this left. Alright, next one. This was a new start this year. This is by the Sewing Shop, Kaylee Tent Stitches shop. Genevieve. I will have to put who the artist is because I do not remember. I started her as a challenge. Was she a challenge? I don't remember. Pretty sure she was. But I got a massive amount done for being a new start this year and with everything else that I was working on. But it was also kind of easy because I am doing this 2/1 tent stitch on 28 count fabric. The Galaxy kit is, I think, 14 count. Yeah, 14 count. But yeah, 28 count China fabric, 2/1 tent stitch. So it went decently fast. I got 9,408 stitches in. There was a whole page total. Holy crap, the confetti in there. Look at this. These park threads are nuts. And then all this black I was working on. And then I'll go back in. I will probably, when I work on her again, I will pick the color up here and go with it instead of just blocking all of the black. I will do, yeah. So, and she is going to get 500 more stitches. Okay, next up is another China kit called Girl Picking Stars. And I did work on this one this year. I got about 1,000 stitches in, I think. I don't remember, I didn't write it down, but I think I only worked on it like one day. Yeah, one day, and that sounds about right for what I remember. So see if I can do a little side by side here. I worked, like I filled in the star and I got a bunch more, I don't know, blue stuffs filled in. All the things around the star, those are all filled in now. I did get the back stitching on that star done. That might have already been done, I don't remember. But, I mean, it's not huge. That's halfway, a little over halfway through the top already. So, it's not a super hard piece. It's not a super big piece. But she's going to stick around for a while because I'm going to put 400 stitches in on her. Now, I may do no new starts in 2025 and see how many of these pieces I can actually get done after I've started everything. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I'm disciplined enough for new starts. Alright, next is Girl Sitting on Dragon. This is one of the very few licensed pieces that Joy Sunday has that I have been able to find. Most everything else is ripped off. But the girl sat on the dragon, reading a book. I just call her Girl Sitting on Dragon because that's too long of a title. I did not work on her this year. I have a ridiculous amount of park threads because I'm working off of a paper pattern. I don't have anything, wrong way, this side. These are all parked threads into the next page, which hopefully I can figure out where they go since it's a paper pattern because I was ridiculous. But that's where she's at. I will still continue working on the dragon's tail, getting that in. Backstitching as I go because there's a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna put 1,000 stitches in on this one. That's good because I haven't had the urge to work on it. Not because I don't want to, but just because it never really pops into my head. So that one will be good to get some progress on. Okay. This is another chart from the sewing shop. And it is one I really should have had done this year, but it got hot. And I didn't want to work on cold stuff anymore. This is Nomi's with his red nose. I got 1,671 stitches in, so wherever I was last year, at the beginning of the year, oh my god. This is on 25 count raw linen, and I hate it. I hate this fabric. Oh my gosh. If I had realized how much I hated it when I first started, I probably would have restarted it on a different fabric. I'm not restarting it now. There's a lot done. But I think it's 25 count that I'm doing 2/1 full cross, and I really think that's too thick, and it just, I don't know, it doesn't look very good. I'm not doing Kaylee's pattern justice, to be honest. There. I just worked down in the tree. What did I say I put in here? 1671? I don't know, probably up here too. I have no idea. But I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be okay. Probably gonna do beads for the marshmallows instead of stitching the marshmallows. So I'm gonna actually have to fill in the back of the cup and just put the beads in the cocoa. So, all right, we are going to put in probably not enough to finish them, unfortunately, but not bad progress will go into them. This is 900. So I can't wait to be done and throw the rest of the fabric away that is excess, because I'm not stitching on it anymore. Okay, next is Gray Carousel Horse. This is a kit by Bernat. It was gifted to me from a lovely subscriber. And I have not worked on this year. This was just, I think, started on during Mania and then put back down. This is done with 14 count Aida. Just using all the kit stuff. Yeah. And I've just started on the saddle. That's all I've got done so far. That one? Yep, that's one. And I'm going to put 1,000 stitches in this one. And it's not full coverage, so that should actually look pretty good as far as progress goes once I've got that pulled. Alright, next I have worked on this one. This is a Heaven and Earth design by Amy Stewart. And this is Gypsy Firefly Max Colors. Here's what she's going to look like. I am doing this 2/1 full cross on 18 count fabric, so it's pretty big. If I had to do it over again, I would choose a higher count fabric, because the 18 count on full coverage pieces like this just ends up looking kind of pixely. So we'll see how this ends up turning out. I put in 1,575 stitches. I finished 2 pages, I think, and started in on the 3rd. Again, I worked in all the park threads that were, because I think I was parking this one. Yeah, I was parking this one. So I worked in all the park threads down to the page, where the page ended. And now when I'm working in park threads, I'm just finishing out threads, because I'm tired of seeing hanging threads. So yeah. And this one, oh, did I drop one? I heard a little ting. Did I drop one? Oh no. I hope not. I'll find it later and it'll go on the last one if that's what's happening. 600 more. Okay, next one is a new start this year. This was a gift from my friend Kristen. And it is a Sal with her and Kim, who is the 303 stitcher here on YouTube, and 310 stitcher started as well, which I'm so sorry, Jade, I forgot to message her when we actually decided on a start date to start it. So I'm very sorry. But if it makes you feel any better, I have a really pathetic start. I think I only worked on this for one day, and it's got 400 stitches in it. So you've seen the cover photo, and of course, if you watch Jen the Caffeinated Crafter, you know like what 25% of this looks like, kind of all spread out. But that's my pathetic start. So 400 stitches. The confetti starts in right away. It is no joke, but it is gorgeous. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio by Abraham Hunter. And I'm doing this one on the 30 count China fabric, 1/1 full cross. I would definitely like to see more, like a good chunk going on this one. Watch it be 300. It needs more. Oh, 1,300. Oh, there. 1,300. Good deal. So it'll still be a very sad start as far as I'm concerned, but it will be much better than 400. Okay, next is, okay, this was this year's 2020 or this year's Mystery Sal from the Cross Stitch Studio. Called, sorry, I'm making, okay, I'm okay. This is called In the Garden. It's their Mystery Sal for this year. I am doing this on 28 count something or other linen. It's kind of hard to see on this, so I mean, I did okay with it. I got I started this with, this was actually a gift from Jen, not the Caffeinated Crafter, a friend of mine, one of my viewers, and we were doing a sal with it, trying to keep up on it, and then her husband asked for a Christmas stocking, and that fell off the boat real quick, and so did I. So I did get 10,003 stitches in. I got the first 2 pages completely done, most of the 3rd page, and this is pretty much, it's going to be done. I want to say it might already have the last piece released by now, but, and it's gorgeous. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous flower. I'm not unhappy about it, but excuse me, I just haven't had much pull to pull it out with everything else that I've been working on this year. Mostly dragons. Ooh, I think I'm gonna sneeze. And it's gonna get a whole 300 stitches in on it. The universe has said this is a backdoor, not a backdoor, a back. Excuse me. Back burner project as well. Okay, I drew that one already. Okay, next one is, this was my New Year New Start called Island Mountain from 2x2 Stitch Art on Etsy. And I call this Island Mountain Sunset. I don't think it's named that in the shop, so unfortunately I won't be able to point you exactly where you need to go to get this for yourself. It's not a super huge project, but I really didn't work on it a whole lot. Why am I tightening this? I don't know. I did get 3,903 stitches. I don't know what it is with the 3 stitches 2 in a row projects, but there's where I'm at. So I don't remember how many stitches are in this, but it basically fits in the hoop exactly. And this is an 8-inch hoop. So I shall be putting in, I'll deal with that, 600 stitches on that one. I had grandiose plans of finishing it this year, but it's changed. That's okay. I'm going to pause real quick and blow my nose, so be right back. Okay. Next up is Japan Garden. This is by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Max Color, I believe, version by Dominic Davison. If it's not Max Color, I'll say not Max Color. If it's not. This was a new start this year. I only got 600 stitches in on it. But I wanted to start it after I got back from Japan. I definitely went on like a Japanese themed cross stitch hunt after I got home. This is on the 30 count China fabric, 1/1 full cross, and that is my start for it. Again, this one started right in on the confetti, but it's got like a flowering tree right there in the corner. This one's gonna be really well, and it's Max Color. It's just I think it's just gonna be a lot of confetti. So, but I only worked on that for one night, and I think actually I worked on dragons the same day, so yeah, 600 stitches. But it's gonna get Is it going to be 600 more? That'd be kind of funny. Nope. It's going to get 900 more. Right. Okay. I may UFO this next one. Because I'm not sure how I feel about it. I've had zero desire to pick it up. Kind of dread it when I think about picking it up. This is a Silicate Leap of Faith. The back stitching on the 28 count fabric and the way it's charted makes my eyes go cross. So I had tried, I have not worked on this at all this year. Surprise. What I tried to do was like draw out the back stitching, and I'm just gonna follow that, but that was kind of discouraging that I had to do that. So we'll see. I'll pick it up when it's called for, and if I really cannot get into it and I hate it, blah blah blah, I will UFO it at that point. $500 stitches into it. I don't think that's going to finish it, but again, we'll see if I can even stomach doing it when it gets called. We will see. I love the colors in it, but I don't know, man. We will see. Okay. All right. Next is I have an Earth Design by Michelle Lee Phelan, also known as Raven Phelan. This is the supersized max color version of Lightweaver. I love her. Oh my gosh, she is one of my favorite artists. I absolutely love her pieces. I only got 1,000 stitches on him this year, but it was 1,000 that I did not have on there before. It was pretty much all in his wing, crest, whatever it is, crest, on his crest. I really don't know what the method, oh, I know what's going on. So I'm trying to finish, I did finish page 1. This is all on page 2. But I don't know why I'm working, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing this, but there's my progress. Can you see that? I don't know, it's kind of hard to see all that yellow in the light. He's gonna be gorgeous. I had started this by parking, so I think I was just trying to work in park threads. I think that's what was happening here, because I still have like 1 left. So I don't know. That's okay. Just 500 more. There. $500 more. He's one I'd like to concentrate on when I have some other stuff done. Okay, this one. This one. No. Do I not even have this in here? Where is it? There it is. I don't know how to alphabetize, apparently. Okay, this is a pattern by Stitcherovia, Emma Cogman, called Love. I don't even know if I've shown this on my channel yet. I'm doing this one for my husband and I. It's on 14 count opalescent Aida. I don't know how many stitches this is because it did not go into Pattern Keeper very well. I don't know if this is like one of her old designs or what, but like, yeah, it was not fun working on this. And I looked in Pattern Keeper for what I do have and nothing's marked off. So I don't know. I don't even know which way is up. That's what I have on here. It's like 50 stitches or something stupid. Like, really? So I don't know if it's this way or if it's this way. I'm pretty sure it's not this way or this way. I've got quite a few of her other ones now, but they're either in books or they went into Pattern Keeper a little better. We'll see. We'll see. The universe says, girl, you have got to get more of this stitching done. There it is. 1,400 stitches. Boy. The universe agrees that's a stupid start too. Where'd I put the bag? I don't know. There it is. Okay. So I'm maybe I'll like read. I don't know. I don't know why it didn't read it right. I'll see if I don't know. Maybe I'll message Emma and see if she's got a more updated file or something for it. All right. Next one was a restart. I did not get a whole lot done, but I restarted my LiQWYD. He is being done on the 30 count China fabric, 1/1 full cross. And I got 1,200 stitches on him. I don't know why I refolded that. You could basically see everywhere I've stitched. Oof, hang on. Too much fold. There we go. And I am definitely a lot happier for the restart. Just working that little bit that I did, it was like, okay, yes, this is good. It feels a lot better than the 25 count that I was starting him on. And he is going to get, let me get the air out of there. Stitches. Okay, next is by the Cross Stitch Studio. This was their mystery stitch along last year. I do not have a cover photo for it. Mechanical Seahorse. And I have worked on him on this one this year, so I'll get the before photo up for you. And I put in 2,475 stitches. This is done 2/110 stitch on 28 count Lugana, the Easy Guide, Easy Count, whatnot. Pretty much everything on the right hand, or on the right hand side. Can you see that okay? It's really hard to see because it's kind of spaced out and it's kind of light colors. But I had a lot of fun working on that. I may actually do the background first and then go back in and fill in the seahorse. So, because since it's from last year, I do have the full pattern. I can just kind of go all wild on it. He is going to get Malaganos is done. The artwork for him was Pia Wanachi along. Yeah. I don't know who the artwork is for Mechanical Seahorse. Again, anything that I don't have information right off the top of my head will go on the screen. And 700. It's not a terrible number. Likes it. All right, next one is Heaven and Earth Designs. Do not remember the artist. This is Mini Mermaid at Sunset. This is being stitched on 28 count even weave. It's like a pink color, like a mauvey. Is mauve that light? I don't know. Which way? Which way is up? I mark this? No, that would have been a smart thing to do. Okay, I think it's this way. I did not work on her this year, so this is the starting point for this. Started in the middle because I didn't feel like remeasuring because I was lazy, and now I have regrets. But yeah, 1 over 1 full cross. That's like her butt on the rock. So this one is going to get, oh, my pile's starting to fall over. Decent number as well, 700. Lost my, put it over here. And for no good reason at all of a sudden the Muppet theme song started playing in my head. Thanks, Kristen. Was it you that sent that? Alright, next up is another Heaven and Earth design. This is artwork by... It's on the tip of my tongue. I'll put it up there because I can't remember for reals what it is. Oh, wait, I wrote it on the fabric. Look at me being smart. Tatiana Willems. I did not work on this year. This was a gift from Sarah. And I need to work on this more, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So that's where the starting point is. I don't know what was happening here. There was some things happening, but I'm going to go back and do the diagonal, filling it in, kind of thing, by page. And she is going to get, ooh, she's going to get 1,000 stitches. That's nice. That's nice. She deserves some love. Okay. Next up is, I call it Naked Fairy. It is a China kit that I got off eBay years ago. It is worked on 14 count black fabric. No, I'm sorry, 11. Well, yeah, 14 count? Yeah, that's 14 count. 14 count black Ada. Not my favorite thing to work on, which is why I'm stitching all the black on dragons. She has a very pathetic start. I did not work on her last year at all. I just started her during the Mania. I do have a cover shoot, so let me show you that. When I bought this, I didn't realize she was naked. She's very tastefully naked. There we go. So, yeah. How I didn't see that she was, I don't know. I think I just thought it was her dress coming down, but no, that's her butt. Anywho. I marked my top with a T and needles. But yeah, that's my awesome start. That's even more pathetic than the love start. So we'll see if fate has decided she does need some more work or not. I mean, obviously it'll get some, but is the universe also going, eh? No, the universe is not also going, eh. So she'll get some decent progress in. Yay, black fabric. It's almost as exciting as working on a Dimensions back stitching. Okay, did not work on this one either. This is a Long Dog sampler, the new normal. I am doing this on Gaia by Bestitch Me. This is a 36 count. I'm working at 2 over 2, full cross in silks. I don't even know what, I think this is the, yeah, this is the bottom. I just started working the border. That's all I have done. That's it. And if you've seen my channel before, yes, this was an issue with where the fabric was cut. Yes, Brandy has corrected it more than enough. And I'm planning on framing this myself, you know, and so I will have to deal with the lack of border at some point. So, but oh, it's going to be so pretty. Definitely one I have wanted to pull out more than once, and just other things were more of a priority. And it is going to get another 700 stitches. It's okay. I'll take it. Okay. That concludes bin number 2. So I will pause again, and we will get to the last bin. Okay, we should have enough battery to finish this out. Round 3. Fight! Okay, I did not work on this next one. This is another Heaven and Earth Designs by Amy Stewart. This is the supersized max color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Again, this is one that I started in the bottom right-hand corner, hated it, and moved all the way up to the upper left-hand corner, so cross your fingers that I gridded everything correctly. This is done on 28 count China Aida. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wrangle all this fabric. So here is the start from the bottom. You can kind of see the boat coming in. There's a building coming in towards the top. And then here's the more familiar upper right left-hand corner start. Again, I started kind of color completing because there's like a big patch of this, whatever color this is, 823, I think. And then I'm going to just come down and start doing my diagonal within the page again. So that's where we're starting on that one. I feel like I didn't pull numbers for the last one. New normal. Yeah, I did. Okay. This one's going to get 1,000, which is going to look like nothing because it's a supersized piece, but that's good. That's good. I haven't worked on this one in a while. Okay. Okay, this next one is a new start. I only worked on it for one day. This is a piece by Tilton Crafts, and it's called One to Rule Them All. This is, excuse me, I have seen this finished and it looks amazing. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of black in the first page. This is on 28 count China fabric. I got 700 stitches for my start. That's it. So it will be probably all black that I do for whatever number of stitches this is. It's not really exciting yet, but that's okay. It's going to be all of 300 stitches of black. The universe is like, it's okay, you're working on a lot of black anyway. You don't need that much more. Okay, this next one may end up being a UFL as well. I did work on it this year. I got 200 stitches in approximately, and I hated every second I worked on it. The fabric is definitely like super faded from, like, it's got that yellowy bleachy look. I'm pretty sure this was white Aida when it started. Maybe not, I don't remember, but this is the pack. I do not have the cover photo, so I will have to throw in a picture of the leaflet. It's not full coverage. It might as well be though, but the confetti I do not enjoy working on confetti from a paper pattern at all. Like, at all. That's all. And I don't even know if you'll be able to tell the difference because of the confetti and how it's all spread out over that. I don't know, guys. This is another one that I will pull it out and I will try to work on it and I will see how I feel. And it may get UFO'd. I don't know. It's on 14 count. 2 over 1 full cross. Once Upon a Fairy Tale. 1 over 1 full cross. One Ring to Rule Them All is also 1 over 1 full cross. Okay. Come on. Come on. Okay. 1300. If I can get through the 1300 without pulling my hair out, I will not declare it a UFO. If I can't, it will be a UFO. Because if I can't make it through, if it takes me like 4 days to get through 1300 stitches, that's not worth my time. Okay. Oh, this one's going to be hard to show because it's huge. Huge. Okay. China kit. Rayon thread. This is probably one that they're actually allowed to sell. It's gorgeous. This is 11 count, so it is huge. Huge, 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 because it's 600 by 230, so not a small piece anyways. I started at the bottom left-hand corner and moved up to the top left-hand corner. It's printed, so it's not quite as hard, but it's still like, yeah. Okay, so there's the bottom where I've started. You can kind of see one of the, is that a rose or a peony or whatever? Some of the leaves coming in. And then I moved up to the top and just started filling this one color. You can tell where I started going. I started left to right and then I moved up and down, and that was a mistake because you can definitely see the switch, which I think is interesting. I've noticed that on my dragons piece as well. If I try to go down a page and then up a page, I can see the split in the pages. If I go down and down, no split. So it's got to be a attention thing or something for me. Alright. So that is Peacocks. Has not been worked on this year. Next year it will get 300 stitches. That's okay. Yeah. Okay, next is Pegasus, my other China kit. I know this is a Dimensions ripoff now, but that's what it's going to look like. It is on a scroll frame, which I forgot to loosen up. Hang on. Oh, crap, I forgot. Okay, so I suck, and one of the wing nuts busted that I used to tighten this, and I forgot that I needed to hold on. Okay, had to go find my needle nose pliers. Alright, so I have worked on this year. I don't have an exact count because there were several days. I actually got no, Jen, I didn't lose it. Just put it somewhere safe. Like one of these guys. Clickers. So that's been, it's been a godsend for actually tracking my paper patterns. So I put about 1100 plus into this one. On the back here, I got some water on it or something. So yeah, so that's how much is done. And then on the front, it's a little harder to see, but all this is done. I've been working my way from the top down, filling this in and just kind of picking whatever is newest and bringing it down. So all this has been filled in this year. So I've had to refer to the paper chart obviously for this section. So but all this is done. I have the back stitching on this wing done. I'm probably going to wait for this wing to be done before I finish the back stitching on the horse. There's really not that much back stitching in this kit at all. Got the flowers back stitched and done down there. So what is this? Let's go. Okay. So there's that one. It's going to get, oops. Bye. Yeah. Another 800 in this year. Next year. This coming year. Okay. We'll deal with putting that back together later. Next is... oh, shoot. I forgot to put the pattern back into this one. Hang on. Okay. That does not belong there. I do not know how to alphabetize at all. Okay. I'm missing a kit. Oh, please. I gotta go find this pattern. Oh, he found it. There's another one with it, so I'm glad I went and looked. Okay, so next is another Gecko Rouge kit from Gecko Rouge. The artwork is by Charlie Darling. This is called Purple Unicorn. This was a birthday gift to myself a few years ago. A couple years ago now. And this is when I learned that Gecko Rouge loves their confetti. I've only put 400 in this year, so not a lot. But I did pull him out and work on him. Wow, that's really excessive. I really wish I would have shifted this pattern because look at the margins on this on this fabric. I really hope I calculated that right, because that seems excessively huge. So this is another one where I'm gonna go, guys, I foobarred this. Gotta start it over. I hope it fits. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I've never seen that before. Like, oh, you guys, I'm nervous now. Okay, so Purple Unicorn, 400 stitches. I'm still parking on this just because of the confetti. I may try to work threads in. I don't know yet. I don't know. Man, that's a lot of fabric. Oh, I'm nervous. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. 1,100 stitches. And figure out if I left myself enough room. Okay, and if I did shift too much, at least they do have ginormous margins on their fabric, so I can hopefully still have enough, even if it's way off center. Okay. Okay, next up is, this is a piece by Pain Free Crafts. Artwork by Stanley Morrison. Pretty sure that's his name. I know it's Stanley. Is it Morrison? I'm pretty sure it's Morrison. If not, I'll put it in the right there. I have not worked on this year. This is Saki Dragon. I just have, I don't know how many pieces. I kind of wish I would have wrote down what I did have on some of these, but that's where I'm starting from. Not a lot, all background. It was fun when I was stitching it. I haven't picked it up since I first started it. So of course, that is what we are changing by doing this. I want to touch them all. Ooh, 1,400. I like that. I like it. Okay. All right, next up is another Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Shaman. This is a supersize max color. And this is artwork by Lori Prindle. I have a decent start on it, but I haven't worked on it this year. This is, Saki Dragon is on, I don't remember. It's either 25 or 28 count. Excuse me. Pegasus is on 14 count. Excuse me. The Purple Unicorn is the 28 count 1/1 full cross. Okay. I knew I was going to start forgetting to talk about that stuff. Not bad. Testing? Okay. Not bad, though, for 2/3 of the way that I start forgetting. And, 3:30 in the morning. Okay. So here is where we're starting from. It's kind of hard to see, but it's all that beautiful pink background. I think pretty much everything is filled into that hard line you can see. So I do wish I had feathered this page a bit. So hopefully there's not going to be a page line on there. I mean, if so, it's not. It's just one page. It'll be okay. So frog in my throat is starting to get real. 300. So obviously that's still going to be a kind of back burner piece. Okay, this next one was a new start. New start. This is a Heaven and Earth design. This is one of the ones that I was talking about that is also from Raven Phelan. Michelle Lee Phelan on Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Soul. And I put in, he was so much fun to work on. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is a 28 count casual linen from Zweigart. And I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. And I got 3,983 stitches in on him. So much fun to work on this one. And I love the yellows. I love the yellows. He is going to get 900 more stitches. That's exciting. I'd like to see, maybe not the page finish, but definitely some more fill-in up like these holes. I want to see those get filled in a little bit better. Sorry for all the throat clearing. Like I said, I have a feeling that I'm gonna get whatever my kiddo has. And he was complaining about his throat being super sore, so I'm like, let me get some talking out of the way. All right, next one is also another new start. I picked this one up at Stitch North. I'll have to insert a photo because it's paper pattern and I did not grab. That's okay. I am doing this. This is a piece from Roxy Floss Company. This is a 36 count linen. It's one of a kind fabrics. And this is Song of the Nightingbird by Modern Folk Embroidery. Telling you all about what's it on, and you don't even know what it is. And I got over 1,450 stitches in. I did not count properly at some point, so I have a thread on the back, and I'm not sure why. Do I need to frog? Ugh, I hope not. I don't think so. I think it's just a weird... Anyways, pull this up. So that's where I'm at. I'm using Roxy Floss colors as well. I believe they are discontinued. But it's those 3 different colors. They are variegated floss. And I am loving how it's looking. I'm excited to get this one back out again. This is another one that I was like, man, I want to work on that one, but I gotta work on other stuff first. I'm gonna put 600 in. Okay. It's another bag that I made. I love this one. All right, on to another China kit. This is a piece by Pixie Cold, is who the original artist is. Gecko Rouge does have a kit of hers for this piece on their site that I would highly recommend over this one. And I did not work on this one at all this year. It just has done whatever I put in on it for Mania, which is not a bad start. I think I even did some back stitching on the chevrons. And it's going to get also 600. Okay. Whew. All right, this next piece was also a start with Suki, the Brown-Eyed Stitcher. This is Charting Creations. This is a Dakota Detweiler piece. That's where she moved after she left Heaven and Earth Designs. Excuse me. And I got 1,111 stitches in this year. Excuse me, this year. I don't think I had a very big start, so... And I think that's all in... Almost all in 310. I think there's some 939 in there, but... Again, I think I kind of just was like, there's so much black, I'll just do the black and then go back and fill it in. I may change my mind on that, but we'll see. See what my mood is when I pick it up. And if I truly am sick of black by then. Okay. Alright, goal for this one will be 600 stitches. Right. Oh, that's being done on 28 count China Aida 1/1 full cross. Okay, new start. This is a free pattern from VSaw on Facebook. She does her charting through pixelstitch.net. So again, not fully compatible with Pattern Keeper, but I really like. I don't know what she does with the images, but she has some really high quality images and she uses all like free, copyright free stuffs. But the the quality of the images that she uses is really good because so far, like, the mock-ups look amazing. Not the mock-up. Well, kind of. She has a mock-up on her cover photo thing. I got 1,422 stitches in on this one. Kind of looks a little weird. This is all background. It's going to blend in and not look like anything like this at all. It's actually got some stuff filled in. But because of the way you have to kind of like find your symbols and highlight and then go back in and stitch, I kind of was just following a color and stitched it until I finished out the highlight or whatever. I tried to do like by thread, but that's kind of hard to do sometimes too. So kind of hoping this one gets a lot on. I really like this one. Oh, 400. Better than nothing. Okay. Okay. This one is a pattern by Total Cross Stitch. And this one's called Sunlight. I worked on this one day for a prompt and got 600 stitches in on it. And I think the prompt was like specifically orange, so I kind of worked my way more over even here. So I would like to come back and start doing it, filling in by page once I pick this up again. So this one's goal will be $800 stitches. Yeah. Why did I put it back there? Oh, goodness. How you doing, guys? Doing all right? Hanging in there? There is a light at the end of the tunnel now. All right, next one. This is a Dimensions ripoff. Southwest Carousel. That I got from China before I knew better. Okay. This one I worked on. I know I put in at least 250 stitches. I definitely have a lot more than that because I worked on it every time I was out at the campfire. Here's the back of it. So you can kind of see where I've been working. Mostly I've been working in like the head area, filling in, tail, like, yeah. It's really hard to tell on this one where I've worked. So, there you go. This one is going to be kind of hard because this is usually my outdoor piece. but I just want to work on everything. So what I may do is have this goal and then save it for when I'm actually out camping. 500 stitches. Rather than drawing it. We shall see. Come on. Okay. All right. This next one is a new start from Gecko Rouge. This is a Lorna Lane piece. This was their I don't know how to say this. Amore? There we go. Their Valentine's Day secret mystery kit, whatever. And I love, Lorna Lane is probably, she's right up there with my favorite artists. And when I heard that she was the one that was going to do the kit, I grabbed it. I'm so happy that I did because, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Now, the only thing about, sorry for the glare, the only thing about this is that I did not realize this was full coverage when I saw it on the side, you know, like when yeah. All that white is stitched. All of it. So this one I'm doing a little bit differently. I am tent stitching the background white 2/1 tent stitch, and this is on 28 count again. And then I'm going to do 1/1 full cross for the knot background to hopefully make it go a little bit faster. Just a little bit. All right, so I put in 4,938 stitches. Now it's going to be kind of hard to see because, let me move some of this stuff out of the way, because of the white on white, but yeah. I thought about eliminating the white background, but the way it blends in towards where the wings are, it was going to be really hard to decide. I mean, I'm still going to have to decide where to start the full cross and break out, you know, break off of the tent stitch, but I thought that was going to be a little bit easier than just deciding where to cut it off, because these, yeah, it doesn't have a hard and fast stopping spot. So there's that. And this one's goal is going to be 500. Okay. Next up is another gift from my lovely subscriber who gave me the other carousel horse. This is the tan carousel horse by Bernat. Did not work on this one this year. I don't believe it's been worked on since Mania when I started it. This is on 14 count kit fabric. Yeah. And that is going to be where we're starting from. So there's the saddle. Got a bit of the blanket started. And this is done, both of these are done 3/1 full cross for 14 count, which I do, depending on the piece, I do choose to do 3/1 on 14 count for the coverage as well, even if it doesn't call for that. This one is going to get 700. Okay, this one is my sadly neglected temperature potions out. This is from Teeny Weeny Cross Stitch, I believe. I'm doing it on 14 count. Yeah, Teeny Weeny Cross Stitch, 14 count opalescent Ada. I got over 2,437 stitches. I didn't count my back stitching when I was doing this, and it doesn't have back stitching charted for it, but because I'm doing it on white fabric, I did want to get some outlining done. And I'm just doing the outline on using the darkest color of that bottle, that particular color. So I've got, I was just working within a Q-snap, so it's part of January and part of February. And that's it. That's all this is for this year. And the year's almost done, and this is all I have on it. Oops, wrong way. That's it. It's kind of sad, but you know, that's okay. This is why we're pulling goals. Kind of thinking of going back with like maybe I don't know, maybe an orange thread on those yellow bottles, because it doesn't really, you can't really see that I backstitched it at all. So, okay. Luckily, the app I use for pulling the temperatures is not, it's really easy to go back and, oh, nice. 1500. So the universe is saying you should have done more work on that. Let's fix that. All right. Next one I did not work on. Oh, 2/1 full cross for this one. I did not feel this one needed thick coverage. Come on. I know you can do it. Okay. All right, this I believe might be a Dimensions knockoff. You guys, I bought a lot of China kits all at the same time, so if you've followed me for any length of time, you know I've tried to make my restitution, and I'm just living with the fact that I have these now. So, Tiger. This is a full coverage piece. I don't think I've worked on this since I started it. This is using rayon floss. It is using a 14 count Ada. It's not super huge, and I did just start with black. Surprise, surprise. So that's where we're starting from. That's it. That's all. That's all the bigger it is. It's not super huge. And we are going to put 500 stitches in. Mix these up a little more too. Okay. Alright, next one was a new start that I absolutely love. This is a Heaven and Earth design. This is the Super Size Quick Stitch Tiki Beach Sunset. Yeah. Oh, my pile's starting to fall over. Oh, I'm missing one. No, I'm not. Just kidding. Just kidding. Again, alphabetizing is hard. This is done on 30 count China fabric, 1/1 full cross. I did 5,442 stitches on this, and I love it. So this is all in shadow, so the flowers aren't very bright. But, oh yeah. This is definitely one I want to eventually make a focus piece out of. And 600 stitches will go into it next year, at least. Alright, next up is, I think this is the first Mirabilia that we've come across. This is Titania. Queen of the Fairies. Now, when I first got this, I felt like she was sitting on nothing, like she was just floating in midair. I later was pointed out to me that this is a rose that she's sitting on, and she is not, like, this is not her dress. Oops. And that was after I had requested Kaylee from Kaylee Tent Stitch to custom dye some fabric for me so that it looked like she was sitting on something. Now, I think it's still going to work because it's all Flora, and I still feel like she looks like she's just floating on nothing. So, which is I wouldn't say it's a complaint of mine, but some of Nora's pieces do have that tendency to be like, okay, but where's the anchor for this photo or for this pattern? So, she did this on 28 count fabric for me. I absolutely love what she did with this piece. It's pretty amazing in my humble opinion. And yeah, I have not worked on her this year. This is the piece that Kaylee did for me. Look at that, isn't that so cool? Mushrooms. And that's where I am starting with on her. So hopefully I really tried to figure out where the best spot to start her on would be so that it still looked like she wasn't floating. So it didn't look like she was still floating over the mushroom. I had a pretty big boo-boo in counting, so I've been putting off bringing her out because I have to fix. Sorry, I forgot to put the pattern back in. I'm still working on fixing that flub. Like I had to recharge some stuff to get it to look right. I'm hoping I took good enough notes that I know exactly where I was in shifting. All right, next is Twisted Rainbow Sampler. This is by Northern Expression Needleworks. Northern Expressions Needlework. Yeah. This is Twisted Band Sampler. This is the cross-stitch, the full cross-stitch version. And I am doing it on a 28 count 2/1 Jobelan. And I have not worked on it this year. I am doing it with the rayon floss. And this is where we're starting from. God, that's gorgeous. Oh, so pretty. Why haven't I not picked this up more often? Ah, so pretty. Oh, did I draw for Titania? I don't think I did I? I don't think I did. Okay, so Titania is going to get a whopping 400 stitches. Twisted Rainbow Sampler is going to get Universe said this is gorgeous too. So we're going to put 1100 stitches in. I do have Twisted Band Sampler, but I want to get a matching, I want to do that one on black as well, even though it calls for, I think, white. I just think it'll pop a little bit better. But I want to get a matching Jobelan, and I haven't. Have not yet. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, nuts. Hang on. Oh, good. Okay. I have it I have it in the wrong category, but it's not screwing up my stitch count or my my 310 count for next year. I have... Okay. So this I got back from Suki. This I let her borrow this while she needed some really easy stitching until she got her own stamped kit. It's called Underwater World. Pretty sure this is a John Enright ripoff. But I don't have... It's been worked on this year, but since I haven't put anything in it, I'm not counting it as being worked on. But I still will put a before photo from when it was earlier this year. Suki has got just a couple ninja stitches down here done. I don't think you'd even be able to see that if I turned it around. But she got quite a bit more of the upper sky done. There's the front. So we're just about to where we're going to have some orcas coming in. So it's not super huge, but still a lot of stitches because it's full coverage. That one's coming unfolded, I can see it. I feel like I was cheating if I get that one. It's going to get a whopping 300 stitches in. Almost there, guys. Almost there. I knew this was going to be an almost 3-hour video. I think my one from the earlier this year was too. And I've added stuff since then. So I'm doing good. That one's on 14 count. Ada. Okay. EW. Man, I cannot alphabetize. I got my V's after my W's. All right, next up is a Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Supersized Max Color Veil Nebula. This is one that after Dragons is done, I think I want to make my focus piece for a giant BAP to get done. Yes, I realize that it's going to be a lot of black again. That's okay. I have not worked on it this year, so here's where we are starting from. So... Again, I'm going to start doing the feathering like I've been doing for Dragons. And we'll just work page by page, just like Dragons. Y'all, I may have to pause and take a potty break, even though we're almost done. No, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try not to because I'm buried now. All right, next is a Dimensions kit. This is Victorian Charm. I have seen this stitched up and it is gorgeous. Here we go. It is not full coverage. It is stitched on a navy fabric, but it is pretty heavy stitching anyways. Pretty intense. I've not worked on this year. So we are starting from, I don't think I've worked on this since Mania, since the Mania start. So that is where we're starting from. That's washing out kind of bad there. There we go. So kind of, I just did a center start for this one, and I'm working my way up, and then I'll work my way down. Oh. Did I say how much, did I? Yeah, that blue fabric just makes that color go crazy. Did I pull for veil? I don't think I did. Did I? We'll find out. I might have to push this one to the end. 900 stitches. No, I did that one, so okay. 900 stitches for Veil Nebula. Victorian Charm is 1500. It says, it has been too long since you've put stitches in. It is time to get moving. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a plastic bag for this one. This one's starting to fall apart. Okay, next one is a new start called Waterside Tea. This is a Charting Creations. I don't remember who the artist is, so I will put it down below or in the screen. And I got 1,318 stitches in. This is done on, oh, Veil Nebula is on the 28 count China fabric. The kit fabric for Veil, or for Victorian Charm. But this is the 30 count China fabric. And pretty heavy on the confetti to start out with, because it's a tree. That's where I'm at. So we will put in, look, 1,400 stitches. Pulling some of the big dogs now. I hope this WIP parade isn't super duper boring, guys. I always feel like WIP parades are boring for me, like me doing them, because I've seen all of them a lot. I mean, I haven't seen some of them in a while, but it's like, I mean, I really enjoy watching WIP parades, but man, doing them, I'll complain every time. Okay, next is the wedding favors. These are the ones that have a set stitch count already for them. I have completed 2 of them. Ta-da! And I've got a little start on the next one. So these will get going in January and whatever number I said at the beginning. So 9,574 stitches to go on these. Okay, last two. Woo, is, oh my gosh, bending over. My bladder is full. It's not a good idea. This is a China kit. I know I've seen this and I can't remember exactly who does it. Probably Dimensions. They really love ripping dimensions off. White Horse. It's gorgeous. I love the colors. I've not worked on it this year. So this is a 14 count. And it's going to be kind of hard to see because I've got crazy part threads on this one. Because it's, again, it's not super big. That's my start. But because of that shiny paper pattern is so hard to actually stitch off of, so I have to part threads just so that I don't get lost. And this one's going to get 600 stitches. Ooh, my bladder is not happy with me right now. Oh my gosh. All right, last one is also called White Horse. This is from Pain Free Crafts. Don't remember the artist. I did pull this out for my birthday, around my birthday, to work on it because it was a birthday gift from my friend Kristen last year. And I got 518 stitches. I am omitting the background on this one. So I started from the bottom simply because that was the easiest spot to find where I was. I'm doing this one on, I think this is the Winter Blues fabric from Bestitch Me. 28 count and, no, 32 count. This is 32 count. I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. It's going to be a little bit hard to see, but yeah, this is the bottom that I start here. Focus again. So hopefully there's even some stitches up here. Hopefully you can see where I've added stitches in the before shot. And we are going to add, we're going to add 1,000. I like that. I like it, I like it. Okay, guys, that was 2023 WIP Parade and goal setting. I hope you enjoyed seeing what's in store for next year as far as, excuse me, all these projects, especially since I haven't touched quite a few of them this year. Next year, they're all going to get worked on. Okay, so I'm back. The next day, I put the same shirt on because of continuity. I did my hair the same. But yeah, I totally went to bed last night and forgot to show you my finishes for the year. So I'm back for that. And I took the kiddo to the doctor today, and it is strep throat. So hopefully he keeps it to himself, because I don't want that. I got it so many times when I was little. I'm kind of surprised I still have my tonsils. My brother had his taken out. But I swear I had strep like twice a year, every year, forever. Okay, so my first finish of the year, way back in January. This is a Shannon Christine design. This is a freebie on her Facebook group, I believe. Mini Boo. It's kind of hard to see the boo part, but it's okay. It was a cute little finish. Took me a weekend. And most of these are little. That's okay. They're still finishes. This one is Mermaid Tail. I got this at Stitch North, which you also cannot really see the Stitch North 2023. This was done with Brennan Needle fabric and floss. I saw somebody else do this in like a yellow, and that looked really cool too. Kind of wish I'd done that, but I'm not frogging it. It's done. The floss was called Land and Sea, I think. And then this one I finished in March. Yes, March. At the first stitching in the springs of the year this year. And this was my spring finish. I don't remember the pattern or anything like that. I did a color conversion. I used like a mix of Live and Die LA floss and gosh, Mrs. Sada's I think is in here. Bestitch Me is in here. Yeah, just whatever I had on hand that I thought would look good. Because the original photo, if I can, I'll go back and grab a screenshot of the pattern, but I mean, you can see it's like way different. It doesn't look like spring. It's an old-timey sampler. Excuse me. I don't know if my tonsils are like shaking in their boots because they're like, we don't want it. So I can't tell if I'm like actually feeling it come on or if I'm just paranoid that I'm gonna get it. Okay. And the next finish was Ice Castle by Buttons and Beads Mill Hill Kit. Here we go. That was a lot more stitching than I thought. I know there's well over 4,000 stitches in this sucker. But if you can see the beading, there we go. It's in there. That was a lot of fun to do. I really like beading, like a lot. And then I've got the little button that it comes with on there. I did all the back stitching. I was a good girl. And then the big finish of the year, thanks to Suki, Brown-Eyed Stitcher, because she had been sitting for over 20 years waiting for a finish. Yeah. But this is my, oh no. I got a thread pop out. I'll have to fix that later. This is Alluring Sorceress. This is a Dimensions Charts and Charms collection. And I did a lot of the back stitching, but she went back and finished it because I just crapped out on it. There is barely enough border at the top. I swore I did a center start, but obviously it is crooked as all. I mean, look at the bottom borders, tons, and yeah, anyways. Like I had to futz this stuff up here because it was supposed to actually be off fabric a little bit. But she brought it to Stitching in the Springs this fall, and then I finished it with all the charms. Scoot up a little bit. So, and everybody laughed at me because it took me forever to get these stupid charms on, and I sweat because it's like back stitching, only worse. That's okay. So, but Suki did an amazing job. It looks so good. So, I've not washed her. I don't think I will, obviously, with the charms. If I had thought ahead, I would have, like, washed her before I put the charms on, but I don't think she, even as old as she is, I really don't think she needs it. She'll look good. So, I do wish that Dimensions, with all of their detail, did faces a little bit better, because you can see where the back stitch kind of chops her face off. And I have Black Ada for the Sorcerer companion piece, the Wizard, I think, something Wizard. I can't remember exactly what his name is. And I think what I'm going to do is I will work with the Ada. I can't obviously do 1/1 skin on a 14 count Ada, but what I can do, and I think that would be a little too different from the Sorceress as a companion piece, but I think what I will do is I will split the Ada and smooth out at least his face, if nothing else, his face. Same with the Fall Fairy and the other ones if I ever get them. I put marshmallows in my hot chocolate today. I was inspired by Kelly's Flossmas with her Advent marshmallows. Mine aren't cool though. And I was just kidding about Dragons of the Sabbat and not showing you. I decided last night that I was just kidding about that. So it is not where it's going to be at the end of the year, the technical like end of year WIP parade blah. You'll get an update at the first of the year when I do like the drawing and stuff for getting going. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to be able to fit it in. So here's where it was the last time you saw it. I think I'll have to pull a picture off my last update, because I took a picture, because that seems to be like better quality if I actually take a picture of it, but I didn't think ahead and like pull back and take a whole picture, and you can't really tell where I'm at in the hoop. So I still have a ways to go, but I have, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I can. All right, we're gonna do this half and half. So I finished the corner, obviously, and I've come all the way up, almost to the top. Now it looks a little weird because I am going top down for everything, and it's just what I could fit in the hoop. You know, the bottom, like I finished the last hoop here, and so brought the hoop up to where I would be able to work comfortably, but I started at the top, towards the top of the hoop where a page start was, and I'm working my way down so that hopefully the tension that I was talking about earlier is not an issue. So I still have quite a bit to go, and we're in December. It's the 2nd now. So I don't know. It's going to be a push. It's going to be a huge push to actually get it done, and I don't know if I have the time to commit to it with the holidays and everything. So we'll see. I'm going to try. I do want to try to do this, but who knows? Who knows? So there's that. Okay. Now I've actually finished the WIP parade. Yeah, cue the end of the video. Stay tuned, well, not stay tuned, but stay on the lookout for the start parade if you're interested in seeing all the stuff. I have not shown everything on my channel that I will be starting. So yeah, if you want to check that out, keep an eye out for it. Or, you know, do the bell thing so you can actually see when I put a video out. So, all right, I am going to put this stuff back in their bin and go to bed because it is late and I have a sick kid that I will have to deal with in the morning. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you in next video. Bye-bye.